Hey, it's your girl, Miss Soncerae here. I appreciate you listening to my live stream. Make sure you thumbs up the live stream when you get in here. You got one job. This is a partnership. I need y'all to finesse that damn algorithm so I can get more men, especially men of color, to watch my content because I have a couple of gems that I want to share with you guys. I'm trying to help you guys improve your life, whether you're alpha, whether you're beta. None of that matters at the end of the day. I don't like to generalize men, so I use the term alpha and beta to describe good men from bad men. But if you doing some beta shit and I call you out on being beta or doing some beta shit, don't get emotional because the second that you get emotional and respond emotionally proves that you are as beta as I said you were. So do not come into my comment section with nothing cray cray. Okay? Don't nobody want to hear that cray cray. All right. So anyway, of course, I'm a high end single mother. I try to get men to understand the difference between high end single mothers and low energy baby mamas. There is a difference, okay? There is definitely a difference. You will be able to notice with these women's specific type of behavior. There are a lot of single people out here, single males and females, who want to date people that do not have children because of some terrible stories that they may have heard from someone who has dated someone who has children. But what I need for people to understand is that when someone treats you bad inside of a relationship, that has something to do with their character, not the fact that they have children. Okay, them having children has nothing to do with anything. Good people have children, bad people have children. When someone treats you bad inside of a relationship, it has something to do with their character, whether they're male or female, whether they've been married before, whether they have had breakups or not. It just depends on the person specifically and where they are in life. Everyone is at a different stage inside of their journey. Some people still don't know better. Some people still don't know how to treat you inside of a relationship. Some people still don't even know how to have a good life in general. You have to respect people and where they stand inside of their journey, or get your ass out of their life, okay? And you have that choice. You can respect where somebody at, stay with them, or you can be like, fuck it, I don't want to do this. Now, it's okay for you to choose to not want to be a stepfather or want to be in a relationship with a woman who has children. That is your preference, that is your choice. What I do try to explain to men is that only alpha males can date single mothers. All right. Beta males do not have the maturity or the resources to be able to do it. Beta males just do not have the intellect to be able to do it. It takes a lot of skill and talent to be able to be a stepfather. Okay. Those men who do that are exceptional men, and only alphas can do something like that. Now, there are some alphas out there that will choose to not be with a woman who has kids. That is a preference. That is something that you can do, and it's a-okay. No one's going to get mad. Okay. I'm not saying that alphas can only choose single mothers. I'm saying there are plenty of good reasons why alphas choose single mothers. There are a lot of reasons why alphas don't choose single mothers. Okay? Everybody has their preference, and there's nothing wrong with you having a preference. All right. So, what's interesting about me is I have a lot of men trying to holler at me from all angles. All fucking angles. I mean, everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, OnlyFans, Instagram, damn Gmail, damn other people's comment sections, everywhere. It's coming everywhere. When I'm walking down the street and I'm in a predominantly black area, it's coming all everywhere I go. Okay. I'm an attractive woman. So of course I'm going to attract a lot of men. Are these men of quality? I don't know the second I meet them. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are taking me serious, some of them are not. Some of them think I'm a pump and dump, some of them don't. You know, it's just like a 50-50 chance with everybody. Everything is a 50-50 risk, no matter what you do. It's a 50-50 risk. So even if you're dating a woman who doesn't have children, there's a 50-50 shot that she's going to fuck you over. All right? But with single mothers, right? A single mother will show you who they are off break. So let me give you an example. There's this guy, all right? Now he done made two mistakes today, and this is why he's a good example for what I'm trying to teach you guys. He made two mistakes today. All right. And it could have went much smoother for him had he did this a different way. So there's this guy who has subscribed to my OnlyFans. He has sent me money to invest in my son's portfolio. Because, my son owns shares in like 56 companies right now. Okay. I think it might be more than that because every time I get money off of the internet each week, I make sure I buy more shares for my son. And so a lot of men, knowing that I do that, want to bring more, money to my son, just genuinely. It's rare that I meet a man who will give me something for my son and not and just want to use me for something. Okay. So men contact me all the time, and the first thing that they say to me a lot is, I want to take care of you and your son. I want to take care of you and your son. That sounds nice. But the way that a single mother will handle that versus a ghetto baby mama, a little low energy baby mama will handle that is in two different ways. I always tell men, I say, listen, as a high end single mother, I don't start the conversation off as a high end single mother, but I say to them, listen, I love my son so much, and I cannot have my son around so many different men. I first thank them. First, I'm flattered that you're even looking in my direction and considering taking care of me and my son. Because it's a lot of men who have a hang up about taking care of children that do not belong to them. Okay, so first, I'm like, thank you for even like considering it. That says a lot about your character as a man. Okay, that's number one. Number two, in order for me to feel comfortable enough with you taking care of my son, you have to take care of my son or want to take care of my son better than I do. Okay. I love my son. I put a lot of money into my son. I put a lot of energy into my son. In order for me to want to let you into our lives, you have to want to do twice as much as I do. So I make six figures, right? You have to make twice as much. Just alone, just twice as much with you just taking care of yourself. Okay. And then on top of that, you have to have two assets for every liability. Because in order for you to even pay for your liabilities, it don't need to be you paying for your liabilities from your income. You need to be paying for your liabilities with your assets. Okay? Because that's what Soncerae is doing. I'm only asking for what I'm doing two times. Now, as a man, men who are generating income, men that may have um, make six figures themselves and they have stocks and things that they're doing with their money, they're probably making six figures too. The guy that contacted me today, he's making six figures. He's a rap artist in Chicago. All right. Now, I already knew that he had financial issues, whether he was making money from his rap career or whether he had like a regular day job, because he was asking me for graphic design services, right? And you guys know I do software design, I design apps, I do basically UI UX design, right? So when a lot of people come to me, they want to get my services. So when I gave him the price initially about my services, he was talking about how he couldn't afford it. All right. Then he asked me to come to Chicago and be a part of his music video because he has music that he just posted up on Pandora. So he's been selling a lot of units according to him. Now, I haven't seen this anywhere. He hasn't gone gold or no shit like that, but he's talking about how much money he makes off of his money. I mean, off of his music that is on Pandora. I listen to the music. I'm not a fan of it, but it doesn't mean that it's not good. It almost reminds me of an older man rapping to Chicago two-step type of shit. Like Step in the Name of Love, R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like a mixture of that. It's like weird because I never heard anybody rap over top of it. Anyway, so anyway, but he has money, right? So according to him, but when he couldn't afford to pay for my graphic design services, and then he was asking me to come to Chicago to be inside of his music video, and he said that he could only pay for my flight and for my hotel stay, it was a red flag for me, right? It was a red flag. Girl, please, is right. Okay. Listen, girl, please is correct. So anyway, when he said he um wanted me to come and be in the music video and he wanted to pay for my flight and my hotel, I was like, well, listen, if I'm going to be seen in somebody's music video, that means I endorse whatever type of music they have. I'm gonna need for you to pay me for that. I'm not just gonna be in your music video for free and then you pay for a flight and hotel. I prefer you just give me cash and I'll deal with my own hotel and flight myself. That's how I am with men. It's like, give me cash. I'll find a way to get to whatever state and get my hotel room myself. I don't like for men to have control over that. Maybe they could have control over my flight, but they're definitely not going to have control over my hotel stay, because I want to be able to, come and go from my own hotel room at my own pace, you know like, and if I don't want him to stay there with me at the hotel, I don't want him to be like, well, I paid for the hotel. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit to me. So I prefer to take care of myself. And he was saying, well, he didn't have the money to be able to pay me for the music video and that he didn't want to send me cash, right? So this is when I knew he's struggling financially, because anytime I'm dealing with a man who has money, him tossing me a couple of $1,000 for a flight and a hotel stay is nothing. Okay, that shit's easy. All right. So I knew back then when he asked me, he had issues with money. So then he hit me up today. Oh, no, yesterday. He hit me up yesterday. And he said, he's flat out just saying, listen, I'm trying to take you serious. I'm trying to take care of you and your son. What do I have to do to take care of you and your son? Right. And all I said was, that's sweet. And then he texted my phone and he said, I'm serious. You're not going to answer my question? This is what he asked me today. Because he sent me the first message yesterday on Facebook. So then he texted my phone today and he said, so I'm serious. What do I have to do to take care of you and your son? I said, well, I don't think you're financially stable enough to be able to take care of me and my son. And he said, how do you know how much money I make? I said, because you told me. And honestly, you couldn't afford what we were discussing the first time. So you're not going to be able to, take care of me and my son. Right. So I was like, all right, let me make a post, because he's not the only man hitting up my, inbox asking to take care of my son, me and my son. And so I put inside of in the post, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you are on matter of fact, it's in my stories on YouTube. I put it on my stories on YouTube. I put in my stories on Instagram and my stories on Facebook, so men can understand, when you come to me and you asking me, can you take care of me and my son? You have to understand that there's a standard and a boundary there. You can't just tell me that and I just instantly believe that that's what you're going to do. A low energy baby mama is banking on you doing that. She wants you to do that. A high end single mother is going to look at you like, excuse me? Number one, I'm not desperate for your money. I have my own money. Okay? That's number one. Number two, what is it that you genuinely want from me that you think throwing money in my face or telling me that you're going to take care of me and my son? What do you think that's going to get you? What are you trying to get from me? That's how I'm going to look at it. A low energy single mother, a low energy baby mama is going to look at it and be like, oh, well, shit, let me do what I need to do to, get this money, this nigga to give me some money. A high end single mother is not going to do that. Number one, most of us already have our own income. We don't need a man for it. And anytime a man comes into our lives, it's so he can enhance us in whatever way, So that's why I say, if you want to come into my life, you have to be twice the man you just are on a regular day-to-day basis. You have to be able to be more generous than you would usually be. You have to be more open-minded than you would usually be. You have to be more loving and more manly than you would usually be. You can't just be the average guy. It's not going to work when you're dealing with a high-end single mother or even a woman like me. It's just, you know what I mean? If we strip away the term high-end single mother and let's just talk about Soncerae, you wouldn't be able to be an average guy and be able to date me. Okay? Because now I have a responsibility as a mother to watch over my son. It's too many single mothers out here that keep allowing any type of man to be in their lives. And then when their sons grow up and they hate women because their mother was promiscuous and bringing all of these random men who were abusive into their sons' lives, it becomes a problem. So And for the sake of legacy, just my own legacy, I want to make sure my son and daughter aren't out here in the world just, all willy-nilly causing a whole bunch of fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? So as a mother, I'm just very selective about who I have my children around. Okay. And most single mothers who are high end are like that. But low energy baby mamas don't care. Low energy baby mamas bring their kids around anybody. They don't know how to discipline their kids, love their kids, have patience with their kids, none of that. They're out here teaching their children a whole bunch of toxicity. All right. So when you see when you come to a woman who has a child and you say something to her along the lines of, I want to take care of you and your children, it becomes a conversation about money, not how much you can bring to the table as a man to, support her children. The conversation will then turn into money for her. And she'll want to get money from you instantly. Now, this conversation that I had with this guy who came in earlier today gets more interesting because he said to me, after I said to him, I don't think you have the financial stability necessary to be able to take care of me and my son. I make a lot of money, so you got to make twice as much as I do. And you have to have two assets for each liability that you have in order for me to take, you serious. Because number one, I take care of my son financially very well. I work my ass off for my son. I will deliver a goddamn pizza. I will dig a goddamn ditch. I will clean up trash off of the side of the damn highway for money for my son. I don't care what it is that I need to do as long as I got money so that my son can be comfortable. That's all I care about. Okay, so as a man coming into my life, you got to think that same way. You got to love my son more than I love my son. That's why I'd rather stay single, because for the most part, like I said, a lot of men have hangups about stepping in. A lot of men have that, especially betas. Alphas are a little bit more open to it because alphas usually have a shit ton of resources, number one, and number two, alphas usually are in leadership roles, so they understand mentorship. They understand, creating apprentices and creating, you know, uh, more people like him. So an alpha's not really like, hung up on raising someone else's child, or nor do they feel like they can't start a family with a woman who already has a child. Now, don't get it twisted. It is alpha males out there that do not want to date single mothers, and that's fine. Don't ever feel like you can't have that preference. You know what's best for you. You know what you can deal with and what you can't. And so anyway, back to me and this guy who was talking earlier. So he's like, you know, basically trying to convince me that he does have the money. He said, well, I gave you money to put into your son's investment portfolio. I said, giving me $20 or $50 is chump change. That's not like, what is that going to do for me? I'm going to just throw that into some, in a cash app or something like that, or a little small app, and get, a piece of some stock for like a cent or two, or maybe a couple of dollars. Investing into me and my son has more to do with you kicking out way more bread than that. Like, maybe you buy me a multi-family unit or something like that, or maybe you buy me some land, or maybe invest in, my commercial property for my business, something like that. It has to be very tangible. It can't be, oh, I just tossed you $20 or $50 for some stock for your son once this one time, and then you think I'm gonna be impressed. That's just bullshit, right? So I'm like, no, that's not gonna work for me. To bring you into my life and have your influence on my son, you first must be literate in all areas, not just financial literacy, but what it means to be a man, just a person of a good character in general. And you have to have some type of spiritual relationship. You have to respect a power higher than your own. And then I can respect you as a man. There's so many things. So he says to me, well, the reason why I didn't give you an enormous amount of money is because I'm not going to send any money to you without, getting any guarantees. And I was like, yo, that is by far the corniest shit I've ever heard in my life. Let me explain to you why. Number one, when someone gives me money for my son, whether it's a big amount of money or a little bit amount of money, or if he just giving me money, he's giving me money because he wants me to have something nice, just genuinely. He's not trying to buy me. He's not trying to get recompense. He just wants me to have something nice. He's just generous in that manner. You know what I'm saying? I'm that kind of way. So when I give people money, I never ask for anything in return. If I'm giving somebody money, I'm giving it to them, whether it's a little bit of money or a big amount of money. You're not borrowing money from me. Usually, when I give people money, I never ask for it back. And if they want to give it back to me, they can. At any time I've ever taken some money from some people, I've given it back. Okay, there may be days. I'm pretty sure, like when I was in my early 20s, I'm pretty sure I owe somebody some money somewhere. Like it gotta be like at least two people I owe some money to that I can't find, right? Because I sure be like, here, you want some money with interest? If I owe you some money, hit me up on Facebook so we can talk. But it's not a lot of people, you know what I mean? But when he said that to me, I was like, this dude really thinks he can buy me. Like because the way that he said it, he just was like, I'm not gonna give you an enormous amount of money unless it's some type of guarantee in it. I was like, then keep your money. I'm not desperate for your money. But let him been talking to a low energy baby mama. Let him been talking to her. Oh, she'd have found a way to give him some type of guarantee, some type of way. You feel me? So as a man, right? If you're coming into a situation and you want to date a woman, or you see that you like this woman and she has children, look at how she takes care of her children. Look at how she handles you if you coming into the situation saying you want to take care of her kids. You should find a man that really care about you and your kid, not somebody who only wants the kitty. There's a lot of good men out here who are not rich. Exactly. But I can't deal with a man who's not wealthy. And let me explain to you why. Because I'm wealthy. I'm not gonna date. Let me tell you the biggest mistake I made. Biggest mistake I made was dating my son's father. And the reason why it was a mistake. Now I don't like to call it a mistake because if I look at it as a mistake, that means I regret my son. I love my son. I would not take what happened with my son's father back because I love my son so much. I cannot imagine my life without my son. I love my son. Okay. So the problem with my son's father is that when I got sick, right? First of all, when I met him, I was financially in a good place. I had multiple sources of income. I had more than one bank account. I think I had four bank accounts at the time. And I remember when we first started dating, I was finding money in places because when you get to a certain level of wealth, right, you start to forget the sources of income you have when you focusing so much on your main ones. So I forget I have money often. It's like sometimes it'll be money in my Cash App and I'll forget that it's there. I'll forget that it's there. It'll be like $300 to maybe $500 sitting in my Cash App and I'll forget because I am working so hard on other sources of income. So when I met my son's father, I had like debit cards that would have like $500 to $1,000 on it, and I forgot about it. So I was doing pretty decent when I met my son's father. And when I ended up getting sick and was getting rid of sources of income for him because he didn't want me doing certain things. And that's another thing, ladies, when you meet a man, any lady that's listening to this, when you meet a man and he doesn't want you to do certain things anymore that you used to do to generate income, never get rid of those things. Unless he can supplement the absence of that thing. And that's something I learned from my son's father because he was encouraging me to stop working with certain people, but he wasn't supplementing, what I was getting rid of. So for every source of income that I was losing, he should have been replacing. And he wasn't. And that was my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have been like, fuck you, I'm not doing that. Because finally when he told me to quit YouTube, I was looking at him like he was crazy. I was like, I'm not quitting YouTube. YouTube is a check. And during that time, I was making way more money off my YouTube channel than I'm making now. So I was like, nigga, I'm not giving up YouTube. That's my check. Like, why would I give up my check? I don't want you to be on YouTube. Well, you gonna get over it, my nigga. Like, fuck out of here with that. Like, So anyway, when I ended up getting sick and I got pregnant and I couldn't work, and the only thing I could do was design, and that was my only source of income because I couldn't physically do anything other than stay in bed. That's when it was just like, oh shit, I'm fucked because he wasn't bringing in any more income. And then he ended up jumping ship and leaving me to take care of myself by myself. J Dub, let me explain something to you, sweetheart. When you come into my presence, you going to respect my space or we just going to kick you out of here. So if I'm trying to put you up on something and trying to teach you something, then your silly ass need to sit here and listen. Or if you too immature to be able to handle the conversation, then you need to exit stage left. But there is a difference between a high-end single mother and a low energy baby mama. And I can tell, by your comment that you so beta that you don't even notice the difference. I can tell by your goofy ass comment. Okay, now I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to show you that it's some good ass women out here that y'all missing out on because you concerned about her having children. Let me explain something to you. If a woman gonna treat you like shit, she gonna treat you like shit whether she got kids or not. If a woman wants to use you for money, she gonna be on some hypergamy shit whether she got kids or not. It's hella single bitches out here that's on YouTube right now getting into these little hypergamy conversations with other women that's teaching them how to use you for your bread. Bitch ain't got no kids, but she still want to use you for it. So when a woman is a bad woman, she just has a bad character. It has nothing to do with whether she has kids or not, bonehead. So that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. There is a difference between a woman who is a mother and also has a good character versus a woman who is a mother and has a bad character. The ones with the bad characters are going to treat you like shit. You are going to hate stepfather and her kids. Now, I'm trying to save these men because there's a lot of men out here that are considering being single fathers because it's really just genuinely some good men out here. And I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like men are monolithic and that all men are not considering dating women with kids. It's plenty of men out here that would date women with kids. It's plenty of men hitting me up wanting to date me seriously, not just pump and dump me because I ain't fucking shit. And it's still men out here taking me out, giving me money, doing a shit ton of stuff without me having to sleep with them. So trust me, it's men out here that appreciate who I am as a woman. And those are the women that I'm trying to teach you boneheads how to treat right so you can stop missing out on good women simply because she has kids. Now, it's men out there that don't want to be single fathers. Stepfathers. And that's completely fine. That's your preference. But stop thinking that simply because a woman has kids, that she's a bad woman. And stop thinking that every single woman that you meet who doesn't have kids is going to be good to you. Because it's more than single women out here without kids ready to take you for everything you got. It's more of them than single mothers. Because the thing about a high-end single mother is we have to go out there and get our education. We have to go out there and get our money because 9 times out of 10, we taking care of our children by ourselves. Even if we were married before, even if we're divorced, a lot of these husbands have abandoned their children. So high-end single mothers are walking around here with their jobs, their education, their money, starting businesses. Black women are doing it right now. Go look at the statistics. Go see. Most of those women out here that starting businesses, and it's more Black women starting businesses right now than any other race of woman. All right? These women are out here that starting businesses. You know why we want to be business owners so bad? Because we got to stay home with our kids. And in order for us to be home with our kids and be able to generate some income, we have to start businesses, home-based businesses, especially since the pandemic. So while you sitting here kikiing like an idiot, understand that these modern women and these high-end single mothers are actually good for your finances. They're good for your mental health. They're good for your family. They're good for your legacy. But that's not what you're being taught because you are listening to niggas on YouTube who made poor choices in women in general. So they want to sit there all day and bitch about how they made choices that were poor. So I'm only here to talk to you about the women that's in my social circle, the single mothers that are out here working, the single mothers that are out here wealthy, the single mothers out here that know how to keep a man. Because there's other men out here that's smarter than you that have wised up and put rings on these women's fingers. Just because a woman has a child doesn't mean she's a bad woman. All right? That's all I need for y'all to understand. Even after you listen to me and you still want to date women who don't have kids, that's your preference. But stop walking around here bitching about women that you wouldn't consider dating. Let these women go out here and find the man that's for them if it's not you. Stop trying to convince other men not to date her. You don't want her. So stop fucking talking about her. Number one, no one's a lesbian here. Okay, this is not the lesbo fear, Joe Peterson. Don't come in here with the dumb shit. I'm telling you, the moderator's just gonna get you. Come in here, be respectful, or you're just gonna get your ass kicked out of here. It's that simple. I don't have to be like, I don't, here's what I don't understand. When a woman is empowering other women, or when a woman is like confident in herself, you betas do everything you can to try to make her feel worse about herself. That's why we can tell that y'all so fucked up. That's how we know. Y'all be so fucked up. And you prove that you so screwed up in the head because you do everything you can to try to bring these women down. It's so obvious. But y'all so stupid, y'all don't even realize that. Improve your behavior. That's it. Improve your behavior. Improve who you are as a man. Okay? A lot of men ask me for relationship advice, especially on my OnlyFans. I tell the fellas, come into my OnlyFans, ask me for relationship advice, and it's a lot of men in there who ask me all types of questions. But what I've been getting a lot of lately is men wanting to take care of women who have kids, and their negative perspectives or positive perspectives about women who have children. So I want to clear up any misconceptions. So if you have a question about single mothers or something like that, you can come in the question in and ask me, and I will give you plenty of advice. Okay, it's almost 3,000 single mothers in my single moms group on Facebook. It's called We Give You Life. Black single moms, we give you life. It's plenty of women in there who have so many things that they want to say. They come in there and vent. They talk about men in there. They talk about money in there. They talk about mothering in there. So whatever it is that you want to know or you may be confused about as far as single mothers go, you can ask me, or just women in general. Men ask me how can they attract more attractive women because the average woman is walking around here looking like Celie. So they want to know, how do they attract more beautiful women? It's men out there that we was having a conversation earlier today. We was talking about weave and makeup. Guy said to me, is when a woman wears weave and makeup, is that false advertising? And I was looking at him like, dude, when you get a haircut and you put on a tuxedo and go to a wedding, is that false advertising, or are you just dressed up? Because that's all women doing, is getting dressed up. We've been taught to like dress up. I remember when I was a little girl, most of the little girls like dressing up. I like dressing up as a princess, you know? So I just don't understand why men are so confused when a woman puts on a wig or some makeup. And here's another thing about weave and makeup. While I'm talking about this shit, weave and makeup, when a man genuinely loves a woman, right? Because a lot of women I know who are married, a lot of men I know who are married, they have these beautiful ass wives. And these wives put a lot of maintenance into their physical appearance. So if they need some type of enhancements, they just use it, whether it's a hairpiece or makeup, or they whiten their teeth, or they wear eyelashes or contact lenses, or waist trainers. They go to the gym, they eat right, they drink a lot of water. I mean, it's like, when a woman is maintaining her beauty, why is it an issue with you niggas? I don't get it. Like, why are betas so upset when women put art on their face? Because that's all the makeup is art. It is also a display of wealth. Do you realize how expensive makeup is? Do you realize how expensive wigs are? In order for you to even be able to put on a nice outfit, have a decent handbag, some decent shoes, have your face beat and your hair done, do you know how much money that costs? When you see a woman who has all of that on her body, she got bread, my nigga. Don't let her also have a nice car in her own home. Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta stop that. That beta male shit needs to be over. I'm sorry. Y'all just doing the most with that. I'm 30, no kids, and I can't see myself having a future with a woman with 2 or more kids, and I'm not dissing you or anything. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. I keep trying to tell y'all, whatever y'all want to do, y'all want to date women who don't have kids, do that. Do that. I have a 20-year-old and a 3-year-old. You know what I mean? So my biggest thing is a man being comfortable with my son. Not really my daughter. My daughter has an amazing father. My daughter has never needed like a stepfather figure or anything like that. I think that's why it was so easy for men to date me when she was younger. Before she turned 18, because I never needed them to step in and be a stepfather. She always had a great dad. So it was never like, oh, you got to come into this relationship and also, be a father to my daughter. With my son, is different because my son doesn't have his dad around. His dad is there financially, but not in any of the other ways. So what I need a man to do is to be there for my son as far as a manly like figure goes, to be there for like moral support and to, guide him in a mentor type of role model type of way. Not be, like his father, but just be somebody that it can teach him about manhood. That's the kind of man I want for my son. Now, do I need this man to be there for my son financially? Yes. And the reason why I need him to do that is because that's a requirement just to be in my life in general, because I'm not going to let some man come into my life and drain my finances, just like I did with my son's father. My son's father drained my finances. That's why I won't date a man who makes less than me. He has to be making just as much as I do or more. And I prefer more. I prefer more because if something happens to either one of us, right? If something happens to either one of us and one of us can't do something, our assets need to kick in gear. And if he has more assets, I'm pretty sure as a man, he would feel a little bit more like masculine. Because I think one of the biggest problems I've seen men have with me making more money than them and me being the breadwinner and shit, I think that's kind of emasculated some men a little bit. So now when I'm dating men, I kind of look for men who are in a better place than me. That way we won't sit here and have some type of weird power struggle, because a lot of men can't handle the fact that I make more money. They don't like that. And I've never made a man feel like he's any less of a man simply because he's made less money than me. I never did that with my son's father. I always came to him on some let's build a partnership type of thing. I'm not needing a man to come into my life and be a provider. I need him to be my partner. I need him to bounce ideas. We need to bounce ideas off of each other in order to create more assets so we can take care of the multiple liabilities that we have as life goes on. So it's different for me as number one, as a modern woman, and number two, as a single mother as well. Why do we have what you say? Why do we have so to be what you say? Why do we have to be haters? Something don't look good on you when you look better natural. No, it's no. Because here's the thing. When you love a woman, this goes back to what I said, because you're talking about the weave and the makeup thing, right? This goes back to what I was saying. When a man genuinely loves a woman, he loves her with or without that shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's seen her without it, don't give a shit. Because he genuinely loves who she is, just all across the board. If you're only dating women because of their physical appearance, you're going to hate if she puts on a wig or she puts on makeup. I mean, personally, for me, I don't wear makeup often. I wear makeup and hair maybe if I'm doing like a video or a photo shoot or something. But when I'm walking around the house, my hair is in 2 braids. Okay, my face is clean. I might have it moisturized, but for the most part, I don't have on any makeup. I have a beautiful head of hair under my wig. I just started wearing wigs recently. I hated lace fronts for a long time. I just started wearing a lace front to protect my beautiful hair underneath. So my natural beauty and shit like that is for my man, not for the whole public to see. Y'all get to see, what I need to do as far as my career. I have to look a certain way in order to be able to, function in the business that I'm in. I'm in the entertainment industry. So people love the way that they love my physical appearance, and they love for me to be kept up. I can't be walking around all natural all of the time, just walking around, just scratching my butt with my pajama pants on and shit. You know what I'm saying? What I do in my home with my man is between me, you know? So, just for me, just my own personal thing. What I've noticed is a lot of these married women and a lot of these women who are in these long-term relationships, these women are naturally beautiful, but then when they put on their enhancements, it's not some big deal for their husband or their boyfriend. They just, chilling. I would lay up with you, but I would never take the next step. Yeah, I think beta's pump and dump. Beta's pump and dump. Y'all corny like that. Like y'all still sex crazed. See, alphas, let me tell you something about alphas, the difference between alphas and betas. Alphas care more about home ownership, buying land, financial stability. Can they build something tangible with a woman? They're not going to disrespect a woman and just lay up with her, pump and dump. Because the thing is, alpha males care a lot about their legacy. So they're not going to put their legacy at risk laying up with some chick they will never be with in the event that this chick actually gets pregnant. See, you dumb beta males who do the pump and dump shit, you put yourself in so much risk to get STDs and to actually accidentally have a baby by a woman that you don't give a fuck about. And then you think it's funny, but you look stupid as hell. Like you look dumb as shit because a lot of y'all create single mothers. A lot of y'all will go to chicks, try to pretend like you in love and shit and want to get married and all of that stuff just so you can pump and dump and then end up becoming a single father paying for a child you didn't even want or don't even care about because you're not connected to the mother. That shit's dumb as fuck. That shit is stupid. Hype views, you talking about some protect my hair to save for my man. That's not what I said, bitch nigga. Come on, beta. Come on, beta. Listen. I know that's hard for you, but open your goddamn ears. Listen to what I'm saying. I protect my hair because with the wear and tear of straightening or even just styling it every day, let's just say I don't straighten my hair and I just want to put my hair up in a ponytail or I just want to braid my hair. Even when we put our hair in ponytails or when we braid our hair, we can still mess up our edges and split our ends. So what I do to protect my hair, because I want to change my hairstyles, I always want it to be neat, and I still need to go out in public and do the things that I need to do inside of the entertainment industry, like make videos or take pictures or blah, 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 I use a wig for that. Okay, now what I said about my personal life is when I'm walking around the house where I got my hair out or my hair is in pigtails, I got this big ass hair all over the place and it's all in the wind and shit, I can do that at home with my man. My man can play in my hair. My man can do all of those things. That's not for every man to see. That's not your business. What I got underneath my wig is for me and my boo, not you, my nigga. Okay? No, I'm not changing the statement. You just being a bitch. And you're not listening because I said that first. Before I said I'm protecting my hair and saving it for my man, I said I'm protecting my hair. I just need to protect my hair. That's why women wear wigs. You niggas would notice if you listen to women explain it to you. And we're not just talking about these ratchet chicks who just want to have wigs because they want to look good. They're walking around with all these colorful wigs and shit. For the most part, when I go to the beauty salon, or even the beauty supply store, when I go to the beauty salon or I go to the beauty supply store, when women are coming up in there, they got a shit ton of hair on top of their head. Women are not bald underneath their wigs, morons. They have hair underneath there. We have hair under there. So underneath my wig, right, is my hair in two cornrows, two flat twists on my hair. And on top of my two flat twists is a wig cap. So I can protect my hair from the wig. When I take my wig off and I take my wig cap off, out comes all of this beautiful, luxurious, curly hair that I have to protect. And the only way my hair can stay long and big and beautiful is if I leave it alone. I can't keep putting it in ponytails and styling it for y'all and doing all of this extra shit simply because I want to do a photo shoot or do a video for YouTube. I'm not doing all of that. I'm messing up my hair. And most women will tell you they're messing up their hair. Hey, what's up? Tim Mill, what's up? We're messing up our hair when we do that stuff. So it's better for us to wear wigs anyway. But y'all forget where we got wearing wigs from. Shit, it ain't like, it's a black person thing. White women do it, Hispanic women do it. When I go up in the beauty supply store, who you think in there getting infusion? You walking around and you thinking all of these white women and these Hispanic women got all of this naturally beautiful long wet hair. No, they go to the beauty salon and get infusion. They have weave in their hair as well. When you see these beautiful women, you're like, oh, look at all that beautiful hair. No, most of them don't have all of that beautiful hair. They have to go to the salon. And when they're able to wash their hair or put their hair in a ponytail, a lot of them have infusion. They put infusion in the center of their hair. So it's like the edges will be just like their regular hair, and then the center of their hair is infusion. Google infusion, bitches. God, y'all always so fucking judgmental, always policing women's hair and makeup and vagina and relationship status, but don't police your goddamn selves. Hairline receding, can't use your dick properly, erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, got a big ass gut, broke as hell, credit score 300 and shit, and you looking in the direction of another woman like she's wearing weave. Shut up. That's stupid, y'all. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, instead of always trying to compete with women all the time, you need to be trying to work with women, especially black ones, because we out here getting our bread, whether we got on a wig or not. Most of y'all broke. Every time a troll comes into my comment section, I know he broke. Every time, because he say broke nigga shit. He do broke nigga things. I just be like, damn, can you work on yourself? Sitting on the internet all day ain't helping you, boo. Now, I'm trying to keep my cool, keep my composure, because I'm not too big on roasting niggas. I just want to teach you something. All right? You don't have to agree with me, but don't come into my comment section or chat disrespecting me, because I will come for your throat and keep it moving. Come for your throat, block you, then keep it moving. Okay? Now, I'm trying to explain to you, to everybody. All right? There is a difference. There is a difference between a good woman and a bad woman. And as a man, you got to be able to decipher the difference. And the reason why most of you cannot decipher the difference is because you're looking for women basing their worth on their physical appearance and whether they can fuck you fast enough. Those two things are what's screwing y'all up, because y'all not getting to know these women's characters. You're not taking the time to figure out who they are. You're complaining about having to pay for a date. When you have to pay for a date as a man, it's part of the process. It's part of courtship. It's like investing anything into anything else you want to do. If you want to figure out who these women are, you have to spend time with them. And spending quality time with someone is not free all the time. And when you just meet a new woman, you can't just keep asking her to come over and do Netflix and chill so you can fuck. Betas do that. That's what y'all do. But an alpha wants to invest his time into the right woman. So he might go on one date with her and be like, man, I don't like her, so I'm not going to date her again. But if he does, he might take her on another date and then another date. You're not wasting your money. You're getting to know these women. You are putting their ass through a process. Y'all better start putting these women through processes and have some standards and goddamn requirements. Because that's the problem with a lot of men. Y'all don't have any standards or any requirements. Y'all just give women your dick. Most of these women don't even deserve to have sex with you, but you be so quick to pump and dump and then wonder why your penis done fell the fuck off. Yeah, walking around here with STDs, spreading them, having babies by women you don't even love, and then blame her for being a single mother? Hello? These are choices that men are making. Men are choosing to abandon their children. They're choosing to pump and dump women. And when this woman come back and be like, I know you meant to one night stand my ass, but here's a baby. You have to be smarter than that. If you going to sit here and pump and dump chicks, at least put on a goddamn condom, dumbass. Because most of y'all not doing that. How you think I know this? You know how I know this? You know how I know that most of y'all are not wearing condoms when you pump and dump? Because these single mothers in my groups tell me. I just told you it's almost 3,000 women in that group. The biggest problem that these women have is that the men that they sleeping with, whether it's a one-night stand, pump or dump, in a relationship, whatever, they don't want to put on any goddamn protection. So I'm telling them, listen, if he ain't got no strap, don't give him no whip. Period. You have to have some type of self-control sexually. Stop making sex control you. Y'all let it control you. Women do it too. I asked the question, if your baby daddy ain't shit, what did he do that made him eligible for the vagina to begin with? What did he do? You know, a lot of these women was like, oh, I just wanted some dick. I didn't know we was going to end up having a baby together. And I'm thinking, if you just wanted some dick, why didn't you use protection? Neither one of y'all. Why? If it's just about sex and you questioning this person's character, why was it so hard for you to put on a protection? You know you coming to pump a dump, right? You know this woman isn't worth more than you just having sex with her. Why is it so difficult to put on a condom? And why are you having sex with somebody that you consider worthless anyway? That's another thing I'll never understand with betas. You feel like a woman is worthless. She ain't worth having your sperm. She ain't worth having your time. She ain't worth having your money for a date. She ain't worth having nothing. But she worthy enough to have your penis? Something that's attached to your damn body? Something that if she sit on it and she the wrong one, that motherfucker can fall off. This woman could hurt your penis purposely and you gonna put it in her without a condom? Y'all tripping, man. Y'all are tripping. And then got a nerve to blame the woman. When your ass marched up in there and was like, pump and dump, pump and dump, pump and dump, pump and dump, without a condom. That's stupid. Alphas have more self-control than that. Alphas, they're not about to risk their legacy over some bitch that's only worth pumping and dumping, whether she's a single mother or not. That's stupid. It says a lot about your character if you're still going to have sex with somebody that you think is worthless. That's idiotic. That's moronic. Don't do that. If you look at a woman and you feel like she not worth you sleeping with, do not have sex with her. Please. Because she's going to end up being this baby mama that you wish you didn't have. Stop doing that dumb shit. It's dumb. And I know it's plenty of misogyny and sexism gurus out here telling you to pump or dump single mothers. That's stupid. Don't even have sex with her. She's a single mother. She worthless to you, right? Why the fuck would you want to put your sperm anywhere near her? You know she's fertile. She's a single mother. She had babies. Think about this. That's why we be calling y'all betas dumb. Y'all be looking stupid as shit on the internet. Just dumb. Just dumb. Just shut up, super spreaders. Super spreaders. Just spreading their semen to the four winds. Like it's nothing. But blame single mothers for everything. Come on, man. My point is, the good women and the bad women. The good women and the bad women. I'm a good woman. I know I'm a good woman. But a lot of times, men like to look at a man who treated me wrong because he had a dubious character as if that's my fault. I can't control these men. Women do not control men, no matter how much y'all try to make it seem like we do. Because even if women was to give up all the pussy there is to give, If that man want to cheat, he going to cheat. If that man want to lie, he going to lie. If that man want to leave, he going to leave no matter how wet the pussy is. Y'all know this. But still try to make it seem like, oh, women got the control. No, we don't. Y'all control yourself. You are not a woman's puppet. Give yourself more credit in that. You are very much capable of making a good, honest decision, but you choose not to because you're sex crazed, selfish, narcissistic, got issues because some ex that used to treat you like shit dumped you for your friend or fucked your homie or your brother or your cousin or something dumb that you can't let go of. So you out here treating all women the same way. That's stupid. And no matter how many times I say that's stupid, it's like the only way you're going to be able to understand that it actually is stupid is if you start growing up. Like I could sit here and I could tell a whole bunch of betas till I'm blue in the face, what they shouldn't be doing as men. But until they decide they really want to be men, they're not going to listen to what I'm saying. You have to want to be a good man. You have to want to care about your legacy in order for you to be able to pick a decent woman, whether she has kids or not. Fuck the fact that she got kids. You choose poorly when it comes to women in general because you still got some shit that you need to learn as a man. There is still some shit out there that you need to figure out that you screwing up. And so every time you get in a relationship with a woman, it's maybe it's a trauma bond. She trying to get over her ex. So she using you as a placeholder until she finds somebody she genuinely want to be with. Or you keep dating women off of how they look and that's it. Oh, is she fine? Does she have big breasts? Does she have big butt? Like that shit matter at the end of the day. A woman could have nice breasts, nice butt, nice ass body, and then turn around and drain your finances. Can't do shit for you. Don't even listen to nothing that you saying. Mess up your entire household. Break down your family, break down your mental health and everything. Just a damn succubus. And you sitting here, well, she fine though. She fine, dumbass. A woman's physical appearance is the least of your worries. That shit needs to be at the bottom. Whether a woman has a fat ass and some titties need to be at the bottom of your list. What needs to be at the top of that shit is her character. Is she even honest with you? Because I'm going to tell you like this. Out of all the women that men talk to, most of them bitches, let's go with 80% of them bitches lying to you about their sex life. I tell men this all the time. Women lie about their sex life more than men. Women lie like shit. If they tell you they slept with 3 guys, they really slept with 9. If they tell you they slept with 10 guys, they really slept with 30. Yeah. But you look at a woman's appearance and use that as your measuring tape. Do you know it's some hoes out here that don't look like they had a dick a day in their life? They walking around with a goddamn cardigan on, little button up, some little slacks and some sensible shoes and shit. And you think she ain't hoeing around. Oh, this is wife material here. Oh, she's just a little cute. No. Every time I see one of these little hypergamy gurus, right? Every time I lay eyes on one that swear that they a high value woman, every time I see one, every time I be looking like, I know. Mentally, she's screwed up. She don't even have the self-confidence to go out there and get her own bread. She feel like the man that she lay underneath brings her value. That's fucked up right there. That's your first red flag. But because she's so beautiful, that's the number one thing that is taught to women. In order for you to be a high value woman or a woman that a man will spend some money on, or not a gold digger, but a sugar baby or a wife material or whatever the case is, you got to be beautiful as hell. You got to take care of your physical appearance. You know why? You know why? Because men are so fucking stupid that they will do anything for a woman who's beautiful on the outside. Because y'all let the fact that y'all are visual creatures control you. Ask any man who had some money at some point. Ask these men. Okay, you hear the stories from guys who have been married to single mothers or who have been in relationships with single mothers where they was, did what they were supposed to do, and then this single mother did something fucked up to him. Ask him, was she bad? Ask him, was she between a 1 through 10? What was she? And he can't say 7. He can't say 7. Between 1 and 10. How bad was she? How fine was she? He overlooked her character and went straight for her physical appearance. Because I'm telling you, these women will tell you what type of mother they are off break. They'll tell you what type of woman they are off break just by their actions, just by their thought process and their mentality. Pay attention to that type of shit. You got to. Or you're going to be walking around here with a shriveled up dick that ain't working properly and no goddamn money because you done fuck with the wrong one. Keep that in mind. What's the premise of this entire live stream? What did I just teach everybody? Does anybody know? Well, let me reiterate it before I get off. Regardless to whether a woman has a child or not, whether she is black, white, yellow, Puerto Rican, or Haitian, it don't matter. A woman could treat you like shit whether she has kids or not. There's a difference between a good woman and a bad woman. There's a difference between high-end single mothers and low-energy baby mamas. Learn the goddamn difference. Because every single woman that you walk up to that doesn't have kids, she could still play the absolute fuck out you. So your problem isn't single mothers. Your problem isn't black women. It's that you need to figure out a woman's character first and then fuck her. That's the moral of the story. I got to go. Bye, y'all.